What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Coach Joe here with Heartletics.com. And today's episode, we're going to be talking all about gratitude. Now, I just don't want to make this episode a big rant of all the people and the things in my life that I'm grateful for because, I don't know, maybe that's bragging to you guys. That's not the intentions of today's podcast. The intention of today's episode is to share with you the meaning that, hey, there are probably a lot of things in your life that you're grateful for now that you're probably not taking into consideration. And just having a small little mindset shift into embracing the things that you're grateful for first thing in the morning and just focusing on that, right? The things that you have, guess what? It's going to start attracting and bringing in more of that into your life. Believe me or not, right? Regardless if let's just say that's all woo woo and it doesn't work for you, I promise you, right? Like just quote me on this one, right? Just try it out. Wake up in the morning, write down things that you're grateful for, really think about why you're grateful for it, and I promise you, right, you're going to start feeling better. So regardless if you start attracting more abundance and more, things that you're grateful for into your life, regardless if that even happens or not, once again, if you want to feel better, want to feel more positivity in your life, want to feel more happiness. We all do, because at the end of the day, let's face the facts, right? Like emotions, they matter, right? As a man, I got emotions, right? There's plenty of times where I'm sad, I'm depressed. There's plenty of times where I'm happy. There's plenty of times where I'm angry, upset. Hey, it is what it is, right? Nobody's perfect. Everybody's just going through their own journeys here in life, and we all are connected through emotions, right? We all are connected through that, right? Energy and emotions. And so just hear me out. Just try this, right? I promise you, just write down some things that you're grateful for. Really think about that. You're going to start being a little bit more happier. I'm pretty sure you're going to want that in your life. So before we get started, right, into some tips and some tricks, different things like that, if you guys are tuning in on the podcast, if you get any value from it at all, trust me, right? Like I always share this on my Instagram. I just got done sharing Scott's message that he sent me over right before this podcast episode. He listened to the episode that I did about how I got knocked the F out. And I talked all about me and my brother's relationship and how, me getting concussion and being blacked out was one of the best things that ever happened in my life. And Scott told me like, hey, dude, I really resonated with that. That was awesome. It was really uplifting and motivating. I loved it. And so I sent over like a little screenshot of that, circled it, put it on my stories. And so I'm just letting you guys know, like, hey, I would greatly respect if I say something in today's podcast that resonated with you and you enjoyed it. Share it on your stories, tag me, whatever. Send me over a DM or a message, like just letting me know because that just helps, right? At the end of the day, like, think about it, right? We're talking about emotions here. That makes me feel good, right? And if I said something that makes you feel good or worthwhile to share that to your friends and family and social media community, that's awesome, right? Like, and I like that trade-off and respect. And then obviously, if you guys are watching this on my YouTube channel, you guys already know I ask about this all the time. Please press the little subscribe button. If you guys are brand new, press that little bell notification as well. I'm always pumping out new videos, right? Literally anywhere from 5 to 7 times per week. And I'm on this journey, all right? And I love talking about my goals because for somebody, they might seem so crazy, but what I learned from just life in general and where I am today, that goals are just fun, right? Like I think a lot of people put too much meaning on a set goal. I'm in the fat loss coaching industry, and mindset coaching industry, I should say also. But typically when somebody puts too much attention, right, and obsession over a goal, let's say losing 20 pounds, losing 50 pounds, they get really upset, right? That goal's on a pedestal and it makes them it makes that goal just farther away. We'll say it like that. It makes it harder for them. It takes this time a lot longer for them to actually manifest and reach their goals. That's another topic for another day, and I'm sure we're going to get into that. But I like making goals, right? I like having fun with it. So my goal before I turn 31, which is next August, okay, so next summer, 2023, my goal is to get to 100,000 YouTube subscribers. Big goal, I know, right? But hey, I love the challenge, right? One of my greatest idols in life and role models is Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. And they all have the right mindset about like, hey, it doesn't matter, right, how big the task is, right? It's just about going through the process and showing up each and every day and giving your all, right? And take note of that, guys. Take note of that. And so I'm having fun with this one. And like I said, if you guys want to support me on this YouTube community, if you're watching this video, just subscribe. That way it just helps the YouTube algorithm, if that makes sense, in my favor for Heartletics, to where more people can be inspired, more people can take ambition and just start to look at life a little bit different. I always say about this before we get started about gratitude in today's episode. My intentions is always to provide value each and every day. Whether somebody's listening to this, whether I'm messaging somebody, whether it's somebody that's applying for coaching and they're not even a client, right? They're just applying at that point. It's that, they're giving me their time. I'm giving them their time. And there's something about that connection. There's something about that relationship. And, like I said, I want to make sure that each and every day I'm providing value. And that's what these videos and podcasts are all about, is how do I help you become the best version of yourself mentally and physically. Now, let's get started. Gratitude, okay? I'm going to share with you guys, and I already went into a deep dive about this a few weeks back when I talked about my morning routine. I'll give it to you guys real quick, right? I wake up before my feet even hit the floor. I literally just start doing what's called, and I get this from Abraham Hicks. She talks about doing what's called, I think, like a gratitude tsunami or something like that, where you just literally imagining in your head just all the things that you're grateful for. And so what I personally do is mentally, I think about the things I'm grateful for in my room. And then mentally, I walk to my son's room. I think about the things I'm grateful for, and I'll pick out 3 to 5 things, right? So the reason why I'm doing that is because, one, I'm already starting off with positivity, already starting off with love, joy, compassion, because I'm thinking about the things that I'm grateful for, the things that mean really a big thing. And like, here's the thing, you're going to get creative with it too. Like, how many people out there woke up this morning saying, oh, I'm so grateful for, running water. I'm so grateful for toothbrush and toothpaste. I'm so grateful for toilet paper, right? I bet you anything, if you're listening to this right now, you did not wake up thinking that you're grateful for toilet paper today. But I did, right? Am I saying that I'm better than you? Absolutely not. But I'm always upbeat. We should say it like that. I'm always very positive, right? Like, I don't know, right? And I'm not, once again, trying to say this to brag. I'm just letting you know that how I start off my mornings, right? And how you do one thing is how you do everything. I always say that. How I'm starting off my mornings for just gratitude and success and goals, it's just helped me be more positive. Energies, emotions, right? We're talking about that. You have emotions, right? Maybe you're angry. Maybe you're upset. Maybe you're happy listening to this. Maybe you're fearful. Maybe you're worried about the past. Maybe you're worried about the future. Whatever the case may be, we can probably connect on that level, right? Because I got emotions too. And I know for a fact that, hey, when I'm doing something in the mornings where I'm thinking about just the things that I'm grateful for that I already have, it makes me feel happier. And that's what I want you to always feel like. So here's what's next that I do, part of this morning routine, right? I go to the bathroom, I pee, right? I look myself dead in the mirror. I tell myself I love myself, and I say my morning affirmations, and I look into my eyes. Like, that's it. Staring to they say that your pupils, right, your lens, are the gateways to your soul, right? Whether that's true or not, I don't care, right? But I like it because how many people do you know are really uncomfortable with making eye contact? Like, think about it. I'll ask you this. Did you actually look yourself in the eyes this morning? Like I hate to say this, but like most people, like they just kind of think they know the color of their eye, but they never really have the detail of what they're actually color, just about their eye and how it actually looks, because they're too afraid to actually look themselves in the mirror. And once again, guys, I'm a man, right? Or I'm on this journey to becoming a better man, I should say, each and every day. I got a big ego, right? And like I'm willing to put that to the side to just be vulnerable and admit to you guys, like, hey, it's hard and uncomfortable at first to look yourself in the mirror, right? Dead in the eyes, and tell yourself you love you. Tell yourself like the things that you're grateful for, your affirmations. Like, it's very uncomfortable. Trust me. But anything in life is uncomfortable when you first got started doing it. Driving a car was uncomfortable when you first got started doing that, right? Like your occupation, right, was uncomfortable and challenging at first when you first got started doing it, until you learned, right? And then it's becoming like, second, hand. It's very easy. It's very natural. So I will just say that, right? If you're somebody that feels uncomfortable, hear me out. I was uncomfortable too. Just practice. It's like anything in life, right? The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it, right? I think that's like to me, like that's one of the golden rules for success, right? In abundance. Just practice, 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 right? And you will get better at it, right? Just keep on showing up. Don't give up, okay? After I say my morning affirmations, I grab my gratitude journal, which is right over there. And, I just simply write down like the things that I'm grateful for after I got done doing this gratitude tsunami, gratitude walk, right? So it's already priming myself to be more in a state of gratitude where now I can write down the things I'm grateful for that has the most meaning, right? Like toilet paper is great. I'm glad that I got to wipe my butt this morning, but at the end of the day, like there's not a lot of meaning to that. I'm grateful for it, but there's not a lot of meaning to that. So like the things I'm really, really grateful for, I'll just share with you guys actually, like let's just be real here. These are some very personal things to me that um, I don't know. It's just like when I wake up in the mornings and I'm always writing down, it seems to always go to we'll say five or four different categories. We'll say four different categories, right? And we'll talk about family. Well, actually, we'll talk about this because I actually write it down in importance for a reason. I want you guys to kind of understand why I do this. So first and foremost, I write down health. Okay, that's like the category health, and then the second category is family. Okay. The third category is career, and the fourth category is wealth. Okay. So health, and I'll talk about why that's first. Family, career, wealth. Okay. So the reason why my health is so important, well, because at the end of the day, if I'm in a hospital bed, if I'm on all these medications, if I'm very overweight and have high body fat percentage and low levels of testosterone, like life's not going to be fun, right? Like, sure, there's going to be some fun areas in your life, but let's face the facts here, people. How many people are, uncomfortable with how they look and feel in the mirror? How many people, and maybe this is you right now listening in for the first time, right? Talking to you, brother. So, how many people, maybe yourself, are uncomfortable taking your shirts off in public? Maybe taking your kids to the pool, maybe just cutting your grass outside on a hot summer day. How many people, maybe yourself, you find yourself like lacking energy around 12, 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock, and then, have an energy drink, cup of coffee, whatever the case may be to get you through the end of the workday. You come home and you're dead tired. You want to sit on the couch, right? How many people, maybe yourself included, constantly find yourself like setting these goals or like, oh, I'm going to start doing this, like, hey, getting healthier. I'm going to start on Monday. Like, let me just get through Labor Day and, I'll start on Tuesday, the 6th. But then Tuesday the 6th, which is today, rolls around and you overslept, right? You didn't prioritize, having a morning routine and getting out of bed. Maybe going to the gym wasn't a priority for you this morning. Maybe working out is just like it's not there. But yet year after year, month over month, week after week, you always constantly tell yourself, "Oh, I'm going to get started." But you never actually do. And then you look back, right, the past 5, 10, 15, whatever years of your life, and you realized here that it's been just kind of this blur, this like gray fog. Like, sure, there's been some great memories with like you and your kids and like birthdays and stuff like that. But you realized here that like all the things that you said you wanted to become in life and do and want to achieve, you haven't been on that path. And now you just kind of like, hate to say this, but like looking in the mirror and just kind of depressed with yourself. So I hear that all the time from guys that schedule a discovery call with me. We help out thousands of guys. We've been doing this for years. Guys that's in their 40s to 60s, right? All the things, right, about high body fat, low energy, low confidence, lacking muscle, right? Like not knowing how to eat, not knowing how to train, not knowing the knowledge, the motivation, the accountability, the community, the support. I hear about this on a daily basis, right? Hearing from somebody how hard it is for them, right, to what they're dealing with for being overweight makes me really grateful for my health and makes me really grateful for the habits that I do each and every day to make sure I maintain my health. These same habits, which are 7 of them, that we go over in the free fat loss guide at heartletics.com. It's called the 7 Essential Fat Loss Habits, right, for longevity. You can download that for free and read that PDF, right? Or you can even watch a free coaching video on, it's like 30 minutes long, how I actually coach my clients utilizing these 7 successful habits, right, for fat loss for them in their lives. So, like, regardless, it's the same thing that I'm teaching these guys and that I'm actually doing myself each and every day. I always say it like this: I don't just, talk the talk, I actually walk the walk. And so every single day I'm grateful, right? I'm super grateful for my health. And let me just pause. I'm not trying to brag and boast, okay? I'm really trying to share with you guys. I'm grateful for my health, right? I'm not saying I'm grateful for six pack abs. I'm grateful for, like big biceps. I don't give two craps about that. And neither should you. I'm grateful for the fact that I have energy. I'm grateful for the fact that, every single day I have stamina. I can play with my kids, my kid, I should say. I have two. And I'm just grateful, right? That I can wake up every day and I'm not in joint pain and I'm not suffering and I'm not forced to take all these medications, right? And once again, I'm not trying to point the finger and saying, like, oh, dude, like, I'm so much better than you. No, I'm not saying that at all, right? In fact, there's probably things right now, if let's say you're lacking energy, high body fat, let's say, low levels of testosterone, let's just say, you're even on blood pressure medications. Guess what? You woke up today. You're hearing this episode. You should feel grateful for your health that because you got out of bed this morning when there's a lot of people that didn't. You can always find something, and these are the categories, right? You can always find something, always, to write down something and think about something that you're grateful for in these categories. I promise you that. But the reason, because I want to make sure I share this, right? And this is not going to sound like whatever, disrespectful at all. The reason is why my health is more of a priority than my family's sake is because at the end of the day, if I'm in bad health, I'm pretty sure my family's also going to be in bad health. Monkey see, monkey do. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? The people that you're surrounding yourself with, you're going to start to become like them. So I make it a mission because I'm on this path to become a better man, right? So if let's say my wife is eating like crap, I'm going to call her out on it. If let's say my son is eating like crap and not being active with me, I'm going to call him out. I'm not even going to force anybody, right? But in return, and here's the thing, I don't even need to tell my wife this. I don't even need to tell my son this. Why? Because of my daily habits, they're starting to follow through with, right? I'm leading by example, but I'm just letting you know, right? Like as a man, like, hey, I got to take ownership of like my family, right? And that starts with myself first and foremost, okay? I got to be selfish in order to recharge my batteries to lead better by example. Some of you guys, you're constantly giving, which is great. But when you put yourself last, typically, right, that's what brings you to where your life is not great at all because you don't prioritize your life. You prioritize other people's lives. You prioritize your occupation. You don't prioritize your health. And that's why your health typically isn't the best. So once again, and I'm not trying to sound like rude or disrespectful or like slap you in the face and say I'm so much better than you. Not at all. Just letting you know the reality. And I really hope, that comes off like genuine. Now, family, right? This is my next category. And it's so important to me because I'm learning, right, through all this, that I'm super obsessed with my business, right? Love it to death, right? But family, love, joy, peace, compassion, those emotions, right? That's what matters most, plain and simple. And as a husband, as a father, I always, each and every day, need to do a better job in that category. Okay. And it's what matters most. And so I'm writing down, obviously how I'm grateful for my beautiful wife. She's the best mother in the world, hands down. How I'm grateful for my son, right? How I'm grateful for, and when I say family, I don't mean just blood related, just an FYI, right? I mean also all my coaches, right? Brian, Katrina, Mark, Jimmy, Dennis, Marion, Mike, Jim, like all my coaches. I'm grateful for also all of the clients, all of the members, right, that has trusted me with their health and fitness goals. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for my in-laws. I'm grateful for, my brother, big time. My brother's like my biggest, like my role model, right? Like I love that guy to death. I'm grateful for him, right? I'm grateful for my best friend, Nick, like without, honestly, like our paths, right, crossed at the gym, and I swear, like we were separated at birth. Like that is like my twin almost. And I'm grateful for family, right? And so what I mean by family, it's not just blood related, right? It's everybody that's having an impact in mine and vice versa, right? Even the random person that, like says something to me that day gets me out of a funk, I'm grateful for them, right? So I try really hard to think about, my family, right? And like really dive in deep into what that actually means. Once again, it does not have to be blood related at all. Okay. The third thing, right? My third category. So the first one was obviously my health. The second one was obviously family. The third one, this is going to be career, And so when it comes down to career, this is my goals. This is my ambitions. And like, I'm super grateful for Heartletics because, and I shared this on a few podcasts. First 2 years, lost a whole bunch of money. Third year, my hit plateau, which was the greatest year ever because it means I didn't lose any money. To me, I still remember that. Still remember my accountant telling me, like, dude, throw in the towel, like, stop doing this, like, it's not going to work long term. And that was the day I fired my old accountant. Like, my business, it's weird because, like, it is the family because I just mentioned about the coaches and like the clients and stuff like that. But to me, Heartletics is more about the impact, right? Saying like, hey, here's my career. Well, what is my career? You know? And like we already have a category for wealth. So don't say like, oh, a job where I make X amount of dollars. What is your career? And to me, I don't look into a career as I used to, right? As an occupation. I look into a career as your mission in life. And my mission in life is to inspire people like yourself. My mission in life is to help you become the best version of yourself mentally and physically. My mission, or excuse me, my career, right? My mission, my goals, right, is to inspire millions and millions of people to just stand up for themselves, take action, take ownership, take commitment. Swallow the frog first thing in the morning, right? Bite the bullet, do the hard things, and just learn how to always challenge yourself and become 1% better each and every day. And that's my career, right? That's my mission. And Heartletics is the vehicle that's helping me do that. I mean, I'm blessed for YouTube, right? The podcast like iTunes, Spotify, social media, right? Like, because it's a way for me to connect with random people and just to make a post, make a video like this or a podcast episode where once again I could say something to just help somebody in that current state, right? Maybe they're depressed, maybe they're upset about something. Maybe I can say something to just really flip that switch and help them change their emotional state and become a little bit happier, right? Like change somebody's life. And I'm very blessed for that, very grateful for that. And Heartletics is my career, right? But my mission, right, behind all that is just to inspire millions of people. That's it. Help, like leave this world a better place, plain and simple. And that fourth category, right, the last one, is wealth, you know? And like, here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys at all, right? Because we all have these egos. I admit it, right? Like, I want to be wealthy, right? I want to be successful. I want to have that financial independence and freedom where I can go into places and just not even look at the price tag, right? I want to get there one day, but it's not for the sake of like, and I always say this, like, I don't want to get to the riches just to have it. I want to I want to get to the riches to give it back, if that makes sense. Let me explain. So the way that I look at it like this, right? The more and more Heartletics grows, right? My money that I keep for my family and all that stuff, like it's set aside. I always invest back into the business. I spend about, $8,000 to $10,000 a month on Facebook ads, right? I'm always investing into new coaches, right? Promotions. Like the way I look at it is like this is the way that if the business succeeds, right, and gets bigger and bigger, I pour into those that's been helping me on this journey. More resources for the clients, right? More coaches, more staff, like just once again, making this a better impact, you know? Maybe that's also, I tithe a lot, for church, so maybe it's more tithing to church. Maybe it's more charities and donations. I don't want you guys feeling like this, and I don't want you also like you just need to understand this. It's okay to have wealth goals. I don't know why. Like whenever somebody talks about money, it's a very scarcity subject, and people hate talking about money. I love talking about money, right? My life changed honestly when I got like I don't know. I think I failed out of a math class, and I had to take some accounting class in high school, and we learned about Dave Ramsey, and I learned about mutual funds and index funds, and the snowball effect, and learn how to get out of debt. And like I'm very grateful for that. Like I don't know why people don't like talking about money. Like I want to be rich. I want to be successful, right? Like I want to be abundant. I want to have all that. Why? Well, guess what? I can provide more for my family, provide more for my coaches, provide more for my clients, provide more for charities, donations. Like why does it have to be a bad thing to look into making more money, right? To me, that's just like the more money you make, it means the more value that you're providing out, plain and simple. And so I think about it like this. If I'm doing well financially, it means that I'm doing well by providing more value, plain and simple. That's the exchange of currency. And so, once again, I'm just writing down the things I'm grateful for within these categories. And within all these categories, you can be broke as hell right now. But guess what? Like, you might have a job, be grateful for that. You got some food in your fridge, be grateful for that. You got the lights on, you woke up this, be grateful for that. That's all. And once again, I started off this conversation with just letting you guys know we're all connected through emotions, energy. And so once again, like I'm not saying this to brag or boast. That's not the intentions of today's podcast. It's just be vulnerable and be real with you guys. That hey, when I start off my mornings, think about the things that I'm grateful for, and then think about my goals and visualizing it, etc. Like it brings me happier. It makes me happier. And in return, right, in all these episodes, right, in all these videos, it's to share my experiences to better help you guys out with your journey of life as well. And that's it. Plain and simple. Like, take it or leave it. No one's gonna force a gun to your head and say, "Hey, think about things you're grateful for," right? No one's gonna force a gun to your head and say, "Hey, stare yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you love you." Like, no, I'm just letting you guys know what works for me. Plain and simple. Just like all these episodes, I'm sharing with you guys value, tips, tricks, right? Like how to become the best version of yourself mentally and physically. How my clients lose anywhere from 20 to 90 pounds, 20 to 50 pounds of fat in 90 days. Like, and I'm sharing with you guys, right? What has worked for them? What has worked for me? And that's what this episode, right? And all these episodes are all about. And so if you guys are new, right? Once again, please subscribe if you haven't already to my YouTube channel. And if you guys are listening to this on the podcast, well, hey, once again, screenshot it, post it on maybe your stories or your page. If you get any value at all, that's all. And or send me over a message because I love hearing about that. Maybe I can help, change your life or helped you along this mission or maybe just helped you think about life a little bit differently. And that's it. So with that being said, this has been Coach Joe with Heartletics.com. If you guys are also interested in that free fat loss guide or that free fat loss coaching video, just go to Heartletics.com. You guys can see all the information for that. And as always, right, it's been a pleasure. I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace out, Girl Scout.